Hey, what's going on, guys? So, the end of the console generation is almost here. We're almost done with the Xbox One and the PS4, and they're about to start up the Xbox Series X and PS5. So, I thought it would just be fun to do a little video about my top 10 favorite Xbox One games, because I love the Xbox and I had a great time, and I had a lot of fun playing video games this last few years, and I kind of narrowed down a list of my favorite games. And yeah, I know people will probably start making some lists. It'll be kind of fun, to see what everyone's favorite games were from this generation. And so yeah, this is just my favorite games, so it's not anything where I'm like, oh, these are the best games. But yeah, pretty much just my top 10 favorite games from the Xbox One. And stay tuned and watch the video. Alright, so for number 10 on my list of top 10 favorite Xbox One games, I'm going to go with Minit. M-I-N-I-T. Minit. So this game, I love this game. This was a cool kind of retro style pixel art game, and every minute you died. You got 60 seconds to run around and try to get some items, and but every time you restarted, you got to keep your item, or you basically make advancements, each minute. And yeah, this is a cool little game. Yeah, I was like, oh shit, I kind of got addicted to it, and I got stuck a couple times, but I finally figured out how to get past parts, and I didn't look up the guides either. I was like, screw this, I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, Minute was fun. Yeah, I love this game. Yeah, it was a pretty short game, and I think it only took 3 or 4 hours or something to get through. But yeah, for me it took a week or so. I took my time on it to space it out. But yeah, Minute. Yeah, you guys gotta play Minute if you haven't played Minute. Yeah, you die every 60 seconds. You're like, fuck this shit. Yeah, but it was good. I was just like, I just gotta keep playing. It had a great little loop to it. So, anyways, yeah, for number 10 on my list, I'm gonna go with Minute. All right, so for number 9 on my list, I'm gonna go with Thimbleweed Park. So yeah, this was one of those classic point and click style adventures where you're going through and you gotta, figure out the puzzles, and you gotta use this item, and it's one of those kind of like Maniac Mansion back in the Nintendo days. And this was really fun. Yeah, this is back when I originally got the Xbox around 2016, 2017. This is one of the first games I played on it, because I saw a lot of stuff online, and I was like, oh man, that looks really fun, old style. And yeah, I got into it. It was really good. It was kind of tough. Sometimes I would get stuck. I think a couple times near the end, I looked up the guides. I was like, I don't know what to do. It's one of those things where, if you don't know what to do and you keep trying to do different things, and you just get stuck. But yeah, it kind of had a good humor to it. Yeah, you get to play as these different characters. But yeah, so yeah, Thimbleweed Park was really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out, definitely a good retro style point and click adventure. And it seems like they don't make that many of those kind of games. I've tried to look up, more of those, and there's not that many of them. So I'm hoping they make a sequel. I think I had heard they were gonna do a sequel. So yeah, they should keep making these style games. They're fun to just kind of relax to, and there's no action or anything, so you can kind of go around and take your time with them. But anyways, yeah, number 9, we're going with Thimbleweed Park. Alright, so for number 8 on my list, I'm going to go with Tomb Raider. And it's the definitive edition, the reboot, the new style Tomb Raiders that came out. I played Rise of the Tomb Raider and Tomb Raider. I haven't played Shadow of the Tomb Raider yet. But they're both Rise and Tomb Raider are really good. I actually had played Rise first, and then I went back and played Tomb Raider. They were both on Game Pass, and I was able to play them. And yeah, I picked Tomb Raider because Rise was really good, but Tomb Raider I guess is more recent with me, and I felt like it was just more like a compact style. It didn't seem like it went on as long as Rise of the Tomb Raider or something, and it had a good more linear kind of action to it. I know there was less tombs. Yeah, the tombs, a lot of people wanted more tombs, and there were more tombs in Rise of the Tomb Raider, and from what I hear, Shadow of the Tomb Raider has a lot of tombs, and those are fun. Those puzzles in the tombs are really fun. But yeah, I love these Tomb Raider games. Yeah, just jumping from branch to branch and climbing on the walls, and they're just really fun. Yeah, and they're not too hard either. Yeah, they're an old person like me can kind of get through them and stuff. They don't, sometimes I'll die a few times. There's some good action sequences, and Yeah, the cover system, it's I love the way they made these games. So yeah, they're just really good, games. And I played through both Rise and Tomb Raider. I beat them both. Like I didn't end up like quitting on them or anything. I just had to like keep playing them. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, number 8, I'm going with Tomb Raider Reboot. All right, so for number 7 on my list, I'm going with Limbo. So yeah, Limbo. Yeah, this game, wow, this is cool. I remember when I played it, it was fairly early on when I bought the Xbox. And I think it was like the first time Game Pass came out, it was on there, and I played it. Yeah, I was like, I started doing Gamecast when they very first started, and they didn't have as many games. But I remember Limbo was on there, and I tried it. It was either Game Pass or Gold, but I had gotten it, and I was like, man, this is really good. It has this like cool like linear platforming, but yeah, it's challenging and you die a lot, but you have to figure out how to get past the part. And it's kind of got this cool art style, a little bit black and white. But yeah, so Limbo was really good. I remember I beat it like fairly quickly. It took like a week or two, but I couldn't stop playing it. Like I had to just get through it. And yeah, I remember that last puzzle was so crazy with the gravity, and you had to get you had to time it just perfectly right to be able to land in the thing at the end. And I was like, oh, it was just so satisfying, like of an end. And I got stuck at that end for a while too. I was like, how do I get past this? But I finally like was able to time it right and get it. But yeah, Limbo is awesome. I know everyone talks about Inside, and I tried Inside, and I actually have it and stuff, and I just didn't click with me as much, and it kind of got on my nerves a little bit. I got irritated with Inside. A lot of the puzzles were just kind of annoying. There's, like they would mess with my fingers a little bit, that you'd have to hold down something, too much to be able to push something, and it just is, and the puzzles, they just got on my nerves. And, and everyone, Ryan McCaffrey on IGN just never shuts up about this game, and I just get, everyone's always Inside, yeah, Inside, but yeah, fuck that game. I'm a Limbo guy. Yeah, Limbo's the game. Yeah, I know they're made by the same company, Play Dead or whatever. Yeah, that the developer is. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. Not to dog on people who like Inside. I know a lot of people like it, but yeah, it didn't click with me, and I never finished it or anything. But anyways, yeah, number 7 on my list, going with Limbo. All right, so for number 6 on my list, I'm gonna have to go with this guy right here, Hitman 2. So yeah, I actually just got this pretty recently. I just bought it on the sale, the WB sale, for $20. I got the gold edition, and so yeah, I thought about putting it higher on the list, but I was like, it's pretty recent, so maybe I shouldn't. But it's awesome. Yeah, I had played the first Hitman when it was on Game Pass, and it was good, and I just sucked at it like for a while, but I still like would play it. But I like sucked at it. I kept dying, and I didn't have like the patience to like figure out how to like get to the skies and drag the body and dump the body and make sure that I wasn't seen, and I'd always end up fucking it up. So but yeah, once this went on sale, I was like, let's try Hitman 2, and now I kind of have the patience, and I'm getting good at it. Like I feel like I'm good at Hitman now. I've gotten through 4 of the missions, and the last mission I just finished, I got a rare achievement for, and I was like, damn, I guess people didn't really make it this far, But yeah, it was like 8% unlocked. I was like, oh damn, okay, yeah. So but yeah, so I feel like I can kind of get through it. I don't even really die. I can kind of take my time and get a disguise, and they have pretty good loading system too, where if you do kind of screw up, you can load from the part where you go back, and kind of try to fix it. But yeah, this is a really cool game. It takes a lot of patience and stuff, this game, but it's very chill. It's like you kind of just, you can walk through and blend in, and then disguise, and walk through the area because you're in the disguise. But you still got to be stealthy, and if it's got the little white dot above the guy, you got to make sure that that guy doesn't see you, or else it's all gonna go to shit. But yeah, so yeah, Hitman 2, this is gonna be my number 6. All right, so for number 5 on my list, getting down to the top 5, and I have a lot of horror games. I realize in the top 5, like a few zombie games in there, and this one is a horror game. Number 5 is Little Nightmares. So yeah, this is a platform horror game, and it's kind of like Limbo and Inside, but it's good. Yeah, I actually like it. I'd rank it a little higher than Limbo, even though Limbo is awesome. This game, the art was a little bit better, and it seemed a little more, a little more production quality in it. I know it's like Bandai Namco, is the publisher. So yeah, there's a little bit, probably a little more production around it, but it's really good. Yeah, it's horror style, and you got these crazy guys that you got to hide from, and you got to get through these areas. And it's I really enjoyed this Little Nightmares game. You know, it was tough too. Yeah, it took me a little while to get through it. You know, but I ended up beating it. And it was really satisfying. I really enjoyed this game. I was a little I worried when I was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. You know, it seemed like some people liked it, but it wasn't really talked about that much. But I know now they're coming out with a sequel, so I'm excited about that. So yeah, Little Nightmares 2 will be coming out. But yeah, for number 5 on my list, it's gonna go with Little Nightmares. All right, so for number 4 on my list, I'm gonna cheat a little bit on this one, and I'm going with Dead Island Definitive Edition. And so I know that this is an Xbox 360 game, so I'm doing top 10 Xbox One games, so this isn't technically a Xbox One game, but they did make a game for the Xbox One called the Definitive Edition, and it included the game, and I guess it had some extra stuff with it. So, and I never played it on the Xbox 360. I never owned an Xbox 360. I kind of got back into gaming just not too long ago. But yeah, so this is one of the first games I got really into when I first started playing on Game Pass and got the Xbox One, and it was awesome. Yeah, it's just a cool zombie killing game where you go around and you got these hatchets and knives and, you know, guns and different stuff, and you're just slicing up the zombies, and it just, the feedback on the controller just feels so good when it kind of slows down when you're slicing the zombies, and you know, it's just this combat and the gameplay is very satisfying. Yeah. You know, and it's, I ended up getting through it. There was a bunch of little side missions. I did a lot of them. I didn't do all of them, but yeah, I beat this game, and it took a while. You know, it was a pretty long game. But yeah, this is one of those weird ones where they always talk about, there's like, they announced a sequel to it, but they announced it like 6 years ago or something, and they still haven't come out with it, so it's kind of just been lost. But supposedly THQ Nordic, you know, owns it, and they're working on it still, and so it would be cool to have a Dead Island sequel. You know, I know it seems like it has a good amount of fans. But yeah, so yeah, for number 4, I'm going on my list, I'm going with Dead Island Definitive Edition. Alright, so for number 3 on my list, and this one actually worked out perfectly, number 3 is going to be Resident Evil 3. So the Resident Evil 3 remake that just came out this year, this is my game of the year so far. Yeah. This game kicked ass, man. I you know, there were some haters on this game, and I was just like, fuck that. Man, this game was awesome. Yeah, it was just perfect for me. It had a good like mix of action, you know, survival. You had to run from the nemesis guy. You know, there was a crazy, that opening sequence was like so badass. At the end of it, where the car just falls and you just, you know, I was just like, man, this is so fucking awesome. Yeah, Capcom, they make some badass games. Yeah, I love Resident Evil. And you know, Resident Evil 3, it clicked with me more than Resident Evil 2 also. So Resident Evil 2 it's not even on my list. You know, even though I played through Claire's campaign, and it was good. I didn't make it through Leon's. I kind of, you know, it got hard, and I just kind of gave up on it. But I know everybody loves Resident Evil 2, and they dog on Resident Evil 3. And you know, it's not as long and stuff. Yeah, this was more of a shorter experience, only like 5 or 6 hours. But yeah, I just thought it was perfect for me. And you know, I love Jill Valentine. You know, just growing up and watching my cousin play the original Resident Evil game when I was a kid, and you know, Jill, you know, she's like just a video game crush, you know. So, but yeah, anyways, yeah, Resident Evil 3 remake, game of the year, and also my number 3 top 10 Xbox One games. All right, so for number 2 on my list, going with Grand Theft Auto 5. GTA 5, bitches. Yeah, this game was badass. I played so many hours of this game. I was just addicted. Yeah, and my cousin still comes over and plays it and stuff all the time. You know, the main campaign. Yeah, I played through all of it. I played through most of the all the side missions and stuff too. I still haven't like officially gotten that achievement where you complete the game. So I guess, you know, it's still a few more. I haven't done enough to where I get the 100% or whatever. But you know, it's pretty much, there's not too much to do in the world anymore. Yeah, I love GTA 5. Yeah, it's a great story. Rockstar, they make amazing games. You know, there's so much detail in their games. And yeah, the online was fun too. I played a lot of the online. Yeah, I still play a little bit. Yeah, I go on there and do those little crazy little car missions and stuff, you know, where you have to try to get your car into the little space and you knock off the other cars. So yeah, this is wackiness, you know, GTA 5 classic. I loved Red Dead 2. Yeah, that doesn't make the list, but because it didn't stay as long with me. I did beat it and everything. I played Red Dead a lot. Yeah, it was awesome. But I didn't really play the online as much. I didn't really come back to it, you know. Like GTA 5, I'll still even come back to and just ride around and listen to the radio stations, you know, just do random shit. But anyways, yeah, number 2 on my list is Grand Theft Auto 5. Alright, so final game on my list, the final number 1, the one I put at number 1 is Resident Evil 7. Yeah, I'm a big Resident Evil fan, obviously, so yeah, and Resident Evil 7 is just amazing, you know, scary as hell. Yeah, I had to take breaks from it. It scared the crap out of me. It was a lot, it was intense, you know, and yeah, this damn Baker family, you know, in this, you know, this crazy little small town, and yeah, it was a lot, yeah. But I got through it, you know, and I won, and I made it through, and it was, you know, it was tough, and, you know, it was traumatizing as well, but yeah, it was just an amazing experience. That's why I put it at number 1, because it's just, nothing can really, you know, relate, nothing, you know, it doesn't seem like nothing really affected me like that much, you know, as far as, you know, just horror and stuff. Even the original Resident Evil I really like, in the remake, and that's also really scary to me as well. But yeah, this with the first person, it just felt like so immersive, with the first person style, and I just can't wait for RE8. Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. They're doing first person again, and that trailer looks scary as well. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing that day 1. But anyways, yeah, so number 1 on my list, going with Resident Evil 7. So anyways, yeah, thanks guys for watching. Yeah, it was just really fun. You know, I just had an idea to do my top 10 favorite Xbox One games. And, you know, I'll make like drum pad videos and do, you know, different, you know, music videos or talk about movies. I just, you know, I'm all over the place. You know, I can't commit to just one thing, you know, and I get bored doing I can't just do the same video. So I'm like, switch it up now. Let's do a top 10 video. But I'm a crazy person. But anyways, yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think as well, and what your top 10 games are. You know, I'm just interested, or if there's anything you think from my list that I would, you know, that I need to play. You know, there are a lot of stuff I haven't played that you think that would be good recommendations as well. I haven't played a lot of stuff, you know, but I definitely can't wait for this new these new consoles coming out. PS5 looks really awesome. I've never had a PS4, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a PS5, but I'll probably get an Xbox Series X as well. Probably just have both, you know, and I already have a Switch as well, so I might do a top 10 Switch games near the end of that, you know, when that console's almost done as well. That'll be fun. I love my Mario, you know. But anyways, yeah, thanks guys again for watching, and y'all have a great day. Bye.